This is the creative moment. Now your imagination gets to play with the earth's creations. You've wandered and foraged, arrived and listened. You've cleared the space, and now your hands get to adorn her in beauty. Welcome to step 4 of the morning altars practice, create. This is the exciting step because you're going to be creating your own morning altar. Now, you might be wondering, how do I do that? And because it's a creative practice, it's going to ask you to activate your own creativity. Now, the most important thing is that you put something down. That could be a pine cone or a petal or a leaf. And from there, you're going to ripple out. The rippling happens in patterns. So you could ripple out, for instance, in circles and circles and circles, or triangles and triangles and triangles. And what you're going to be doing is making patterns, many different patterns, creating one whole art piece. And in that way, whatever you're making is a reflection of the universe, many into one. So let's go outside and you'll watch me create a morning altar. And then most importantly, you can go outside wherever you are and try your hands at that. Welcome to step 4, create. This is the step I have been waiting for. The step of creating our altar in the space that we cleared. But before we do that, we're going to take out the items from our basket and put them next to the space that we cleared. One of the hardest parts of beginning is actually just beginning. So the first clue to starting a morning altar is to just put something down in the center. We're going to start in the center and ripple out. What that looks like sometimes is patterns. So maybe we'll create a circle in the center, or a square in the center, or a triangle in the center. And then we will ripple out from there. So let's just start together putting something down in the center of our altar. There comes a moment whenever I'm creating where I get in my head. A moment where I say, I don't like what I'm doing, or I can't do that, or it's not good enough, or whatever. That's very normal for a creative practice. So in those moments, the most important thing I can tell myself is that this is fun, that it's play, that there's no right decisions or wrong decisions. It's just the next decision. And what's beautiful about a morning altar's creative practice is that if I don't like it, I could just take it away and put something else down. So remember, if you have a feeling like, I don't like that, or it's not enough, or I'm in my head, don't worry. That's normal. It's part of the practice. Most importantly, remember this is play. As you're creating your altar, you'll notice that there are patterns and numbers that emerge. For instance, on the altar that I'm making right now, the number 4 is very prevalent throughout it. The king crabs are in a 4. The nettles right now are in a 4. As you're creating, see if you can both play with patterns and numbers as you're rippling out, and also, most importantly, ask yourself why. Why the number 4? Is there a reason for that? For instance, a couple of years ago, I was teaching a workshop, and a mother had a child who just turned 4 years old. And she created an altar that was all 4s to honor her daughter's birthday. So ask yourself as you're making your altar, not only what numbers do you want to work with and patterns, but why? Patterns can continue on indefinitely. They can ripple and ripple and ripple. I myself have created a morning altar that is 25, 30 feet long and wide. But you might be asking yourself, how do I know when to stop? And that's completely up to you. You'll know when to stop when you know. So just keep playing and rippling and expanding it until it feels complete to you. I'm Schildkret, and this is Morning Altars, and you just completed step 4, create.